Hi everyone! Start na tayo sa ating Day 1 training for accounting or bookkeeping course. Start tayo sa definition ng accounting. Accounting is the art of recording, classifying, and summarizing monetary transactions and events which are in part at least of financial character and interpreting the results thereof. So, meron tayo tatlong activities na accounting. Una, yung identification. So, sa identification, dito pumapasok yung mga source documents, mga invoices, checks, bank statements, bills. So, i-identify doon kung ano yung mga source documents, identify yung mga transaction doon sa mga source documents. Next natin, activity sa accounting, yung recording. Sa recording, meron tayo tatlong steps na ginagawa. That is record, classify, saka summarize. So, itatakan natin yan pagpasok natin sa accounting cycle. And then next, yung communication. Sa communication, dito tayo gumagawa ng accounting report. So, step by step siya. Una, identification, next recording, and then next yung communication. After doon, sa preparation na accounting report, doon tayo nag-a-analyze, saka nag-interpret ng mga reports para sa mga users. Yung accounting process, includes na accounting process is yung bookkeeping. So, yung bookkeeping is only part of accounting. Next is yung importance of accounting. So, accounting is a system that identifies, records, communicates, gaya ng sinabi ko, interactive activities to, information that is relevant, reliable, and comparable about an organization business activities. So, ano ba itong relevance, reliability sa comparability? Meron tayong natawag na General Accepted Accounting Principles. Ito yung mga concept and rules na gino-govern ng financial accounting. So, lahat ng mga concept, lahat ng rules sa accounting na nakapaloob sa General Accepted Accounting Principles. So, pag sinabing relevant information, nakaka-apekto siya sa decision ng mga users, mga intended users natin. Reliable information naman, ibig sabihin, yung napagkakatiwalaan ng mga users, so dapat na siya kompleto, saka tama yung recordings natin sa accounting. And then, comparable information, ibig sabihin, naggamit siya for comparison across 3 years and across companies. So, next tayo, bookkeeping and accounting. So, sabi ko nga kanina, bookkeeping is only part of accounting which is concerned with the accurate recording of transaction. While yung accounting, it involves more than bookkeeping function. It includes the use of the information recorded by the bookkeeping operation to produce financial reports that enable decisions to be made by the management, owners, and interested party. Yung bookkeeping, ayun, process of recording siya. So, isa lang ang function niya, which is recording. Pero sa accounting, merong identifying, recording, and communicating. And then sa bookkeeping, more on clerical nature siya. So, clerical siya. And then yung accounting naman, more on analysis. More on analytical nature siya, yung accounting. So, mas complex yung accounting kaysa sa bookkeeping. And bookkeeping is only part of accounting. Next natin is yung users of financial information. So, madami tayong users. We have interest saka external users. So, yung mga internal users ay yung owners, stockholders, potential investor, creditors, management, employees, union officials. Yung mga external naman, users ay yung mga lenders, suppliers, government agencies, economic planners, consumer groups. So, sila yung mga users na financial reports natin. So, ginagamit nila yung financial reports yan para sa mga owners to evaluate operation of the firm, to make investment decision. Sa management naman, to plan and control. Sa employees or union officials to use in contract negotiations. At mga lenders naman, supplier to evaluate credit rating. So, ginagamit nila yung financial reports para mapautang yung mga businesses. Then, government agencies, economic planners, consumer groups to evaluate tax liabilities, to approve new issues of stocks and bonds. Next natin yung business entities. So, we have 3 types of business entities. So, proprietorship, partnership, sa corporation. So, kadalasan sa QuickBooks Online sa zero accounting, kadalasan ng mga gumagamit nito ay mga sole proprietorship sa partnership. Napakaraming sole proprietorship sa ibang bansa sa United States. Kaya napakarami nating kliyente sa QuickBooks Online and zero accounting. So, yung sole proprietorship owned by one individual lang. Pag partnership naman, and owned by 2 to 5 persons yan. The corporation naman more than 5 or many individuals. So, pag single proprietorship, they are easy and cheap to organize, and resources are limited to those of the owner. Pag partnership naman, similar to proprietorship, except that it is owned by two or more individuals combined the skills and resources of more than one person. Pag corporation organized under state statutes as a separate legal taxable entity. Kadalasan, pinakamaraming transaction ang corporation kaysa sa sole proprietorship and partnership. Saka iba din accounts na ginagamit ng corporation sa proprietorship at saka din dun sa sole proprietorship. Next natin yung opportunities in accounting. So, madami opportunities sa accounting. Pwede tayo sa financial, sa managerial, taxation, and any accounting related like lenders, consultant, analysts, traders, etc. So, napakaraming opportunities sa account. Next natin is yung accounting elements. Accounting elements natin is yung assets, liabilities, equity. So, yung assets ay yung mga what you own. Pag sabi natin liabilities, what you owe. Pag equity, what you get or what is your net worth. So, napaka-importante nito. Tandaan natin itong tatlong elements na to, yung asset, liabilities, saka equity. Ito yung palagi nating gagamitin sa accounting sa work natin. So, pag sinabing asset, what you own. So, resources owned or controlled by a company. Meron tayong sa mga assets, ito yung mga example ng asset, cash, notes receivable, accounts receivable, vehicles, store supplies, any supplies, equipments, buildings, land, furniture, fixtures, and kasama yun sa assets. Lahat ng may mga monetary value na may alaga sa atin na pag-aari natin. So, pag sabi accounts receivable, ito yung mga pautang natin sa kung sinong pautang natin na oral siya. Pag ano naman written, like meron tayong mga promissory notes sa tanggap, ito yung mga notes receivable. So, kasama siya sa as part of asset. Pag sabi ng mga liabilities, ayan yung what you owe, so yung mga pinagkakautangan natin. Paras lang ng asset. Pag sabi accounts payable, oral to. Pag sabi notes payable, mayroon siya written, promissory note. Liabilities are creditors' claim on assets. So, meron mga taxes payable din, pinagkakautangan natin sa gobyerno. Pag wages payable naman, pinagkakautangan natin sa mga empleyado natin. So, ayan yung liabilities. Next natin yung equity or your worth or your what you get. So, yung equity natin, difference to ng asset saka ng liability. So, difference ng what you own saka ng what you owe. Ito yung owner's claim on asset. Part ng equity natin, yung contributed capital. Ito yung mga investment ng mga shareholders natin, ng mga owners ng business, and yung contributed capital. Yung retained earnings naman, ito yung difference ng income saka expense natin. Yung income, ayun yung kinita ng business. Yung expense, yung mga expenses ng business. And then sa dividends naman natin, ito yung distribution of cash or other assets sa stockholders natin. Now, let's move on to account. So, an account is an individual accounting record of increases and decreases in a specific asset, liability, or owner's equity item. A company will have a separate accounts for such item as cash, salaries, expense, accounts payable, and so on. So, ito yung mga example na account. Pag sinabing account, ito yung cash account, notes receivable accounts, accounts receivable. So, lahat ng elements ng accounting, comparison ng accounts. Yung mga sinabi ko examples sa assets, ayan, cash account, notes receivable account, accounts receivable account, medicals account, ayan. Sa liabilities naman, meron tayong notes payable account, accounts payable accounts, taxes payable accounts, ayan. Sa equity naman, meron tayong contributed capital account, retained earnings account, dividend account, and so on. Ayan yung mga tinatawag na account. So, sa bawat account na yun, meron tayong tinatawag na form of account. An account consists of title of the account, left or debit side, right or credit side. Pag sabing debit or credit, ito yung increases or decreases ng account. So, for example, sa asset type, pag nag-increase yung asset, ibig sabihin nadagdagan yung asset natin. For example, yung cash, debit yun. Kasi, ang increase ng asset, debit side. Pag sabi naman kunyari, increase of liability, ibig sabihin nadagdagan yung utang natin. Pag nag-increase ang liability, i-enter natin siya sa credit side kasi ayun yung normal balance ng liability. So, ayun yung debit credit, ibig sabihin na increases or decreases. Yung debit pass, pwede siyang increases or decreases. Yung debit credit, pwede din siyang increases, decreases. So, itong account na to, gumagamit tayo ng double entry system. Ano ba yung double entry system? In a double entry system, equal debits and credits are made in the accounts for each transaction. Thus, the total debit will always equal the total credits and the accounting equation will always stay in balance. Kung lagi natin tatandaan yung accounting equation, gamitin natin yan sa work. Asset equals liabilities plus equity. So, pag yung total asset, lagi yan equal ng total liabilities plus total equity. Pag nag-increase yung asset, mag-increase din yung liability o yung equity. Pag nag-decrease yung asset, mag-decrease din yung liability o equity. Papakita ko sa inyo yung mga transaction para ma-appreciate nyo yung double entry system natin o yung paano tayo mag-record sa accounting. So, ito yung accounting equation, expanded accounting equation. Expanded siya kasi inelaborate yung equity part. Equity dito, comprised ng contributed capital minus yung dividend plus revenue minus expense. Yung retained earnings, kino-comprise ng dividend, revenue, saka expense. Papaliwanag ko yan later on. So, introducing debit and credit, pag sinabi nating debit, increase asset, saka expense. Decreases liability, revenue, saka equity. Yung credit side, baliktad yun ng debit side. So, kahit ito lang tandaan nyo, yung debit, kahit wag na itong credit, o kahit itong credit, kasi talagang magka-opposite lang dalawa. So, pag kunyari increase dito, ang asset sa debit, decrease naman ng asset sa credit. At elaborate natin ito later sa mga transaction na i-example natin para maintindihan nyo. So, pag sabi mga green na yan, mapapasin nyo may mga green bawat element. Ibig sabihin niya, ito yung normal balance niya kung saan doon nag-i-increase yung account. So, for example, sa asset, pag na-increase yung cash mo, i-entry mo siya sa debit kasi increase ng asset, debit side siya. Pag sa liability naman, kunyari nag-increase yung utang mo, nagkaroon ka ng loan sa bangko, ganyan, i-record mo siya sa credit side kasi ang normal balance ng liability sa credit side. Sa owner's equity naman, pag nag-increase ang equity, papasok mo siya sa credit side. Papaliwanag ko yan later dun sa sample transactions natin para mas maintindihan yung. So, ito rin yung illustration din na to. Makita na yung asset, nag-increase siya sa debit, yung liability, nag-increase siya sa credit, yung equity, nag-increase din siya sa debit. Okay, next natin yung accounting cycle. Na-discuss natin ito kanina. Accounting cycle natin, meron tayong identification, recording, and communication. So, para ito din yan. So, mag-start sa transactions, analyzing transactions, then sa processing, andito yung recording, classifying, saka summarizing. Then after processing, ito na yung preparation ng financial statements. Pinaka-important na financial statement natin yung balance sheet, income statement, statement of owner's equity, saka statement of cash flows. So ito yung pinaka-simplified niya. Una, source documents. Pangalawa, journals. Next, natin ledger. Next, trial balance. Then pang-last yung financial statements. So, isa-isahin natin yan. Una, yung source documents. So, ito yung mga source documents natin. Ito yung mga transactions. So, usually ito yung mga common na source documents. Receipt, invoice, check, deposit slip, and voucher, debit note, yung mga example ng mga source documents. So, i-analyze yung source documents na yan. Then, i-record natin yan sa journal. Yung pangalawang step natin, journal. So, ito yung journal. Journal or transactions are initially recorded in chronological order in a journal for being transferred to the accounts or ledger. Every company has a general journal which contains the spaces for dates, account titles, explanation, references, and two money columns. Entry transaction data in the journal is known as journalizing. Separate journal entries are made for each transaction. A complete entry consists of the date of the transaction, the accounts and amounts to be debited and credited, and a brief explanation of the transaction. Kapapalito sa inyo may kung ano yung itsura ng journal. So, sa journal, basta sa journal, meron yung date transaction, yung accounts, yung account, and the amounts to be debited and credited, saka explanation ng transaction. Next natin, pag after recording, classifying na tayo, which is the ledger. So, the entire group of accounts maintained by a company is referred to collectively as the ledger. The general ledger contains all the assets, liabilities, and owner's equity accounts. Ito yung example ng ledger. Pag kunyari asset, diba, merong equipment, supplies, accounts receivable sa cash ledger. Pag liabilities naman, meron interest payable ledger, salaries payable ledger. Yan. Pag owner's equity naman, may service revenue, expense, always sa capital. Next natin, summarizing na tayo, which is the trial balance. The trial balance is a list of accounts and their balances at a given time. The primary purpose of a trial balance is to prove the mathematical equality of debits and credits after posting. So a trial balance also uncover errors in journalizing and posting. The procedures for preparing a trial balance consists of listing the account titles and their balances, totaling the debit and credit columns, and proving the equality of the two columns. So ito yung sample ng trial balance. So mapapansin nyo, meron dito lahat ng account titles. Then meron dito debit sa credit, mga balances ng mga accounts. So dapat mag-equal yung total debit saka yung total credits. So after summarizing, nandito tayo sa communicating, which is the preparation of the financial statements. So companies prepare for financial statements from the summarized accounting data. Ito yung palaging usual na financial statement na ginagawa natin. Comprises na financial statement, income statement, statement of owner's equity, balance sheet, saka statement of cash. Okay, so yung income statement, it reports the revenue and expenses for a specific period of time. So, pag net income ka, ibig sabihin yung revenue na exceed sa expense. Pag net loss ka, yung expense na exceed sa revenue. Pag sabi ng mga statement of owner's equity, it indicates the reason why retained earning has increased or decreased during the period and increase or decrease in the owner's capital. Pag balance sheet naman, it reports the assets, liabilities, and equities of at a specific date. And asset is listed at the top, followed by the liabilities and stockholders' equity. And total asset must equal the total liabilities and stockholders' equity, which is yung account equation natin. The statement of cash flow naman, it answers the following. Number 1, where did the cash come from? Number 2, what was cash used for? And number 3, what was the change in the cash balance? So makikita nyo to pag nag-start na tayo na actual practice natin sa accounting.